Good afternoon and welcome to the second round of La Liga, to the big game today. You can see there the images of Jaguar RCD reaching the stadium of Sadar there for this match today. As we said, a big match this afternoon. Mallorca, of course, versus another big protagonist who is Jaguar RCD today, because he is returning home, returning to where there was so much appreciation for him. He was so well liked there in the last couple of years. Osasuna is the rival team today. That is who they're going to have to move through today to gain a victory. Mallorca, of course, batteries charged and energy regained after the previous match against Real Madrid. They've got Sergi Darder Mojica on your screens now, another of the protagonists to his previous home. It's a day of many reunions. As you can see as well, Osasuna has got Nacho Vidal, who was on the Mallorca team on loan last season. And this is the team's locker room in the visiting stadium. We're wearing this sky blue colour that has been very popular among the fans. We can see all the players' shirts there with their numbers. Some Costa, Antonio Sanchez, the pirate with Marici there, who already scored in the first round of La Liga this year and was able to equalise. So we wonder who are going to be that starting lineup today, the starting 11. We're going to see that very soon. But we have Sergio here first of all. Hello, how are you? Good, thank you. I'm very, very excited to see the second match of Mallorca and hope that they can live up to that first match that they did. Yes, that was that one that looked like it was going to be that most complicated match against Real Madrid, but they really did step up to the plate. Mallorca are looking really strong right now. Positive energy. So it's going to be a tough one today against Osasuna, but I trust in the fact that we're going to get a good point, or maybe three. It's going to be a different one to the one we saw against Real Madrid. But against Real Madrid, they were solid. They were very vertical. And I'm pretty optimistic that I think we're going to get something here in Salah today. So kickoff is at 5 p.m. Not too long to go then. But we have a pre-match coverage absolutely packed with information and many, many things going on. Just to go over them. Somebody who is going to help us go through all of those informations is our colleague Damian, who is pitch side for us. Yes, good afternoon, Llorens and Sergio. We are in Sadar, an absolutely majestic stadium that I personally enjoy very much. Around 23.5 thousand people fit in this stadium. So for our viewers and listeners back on the island, we don't need to think that it is cold here just because we're in the north of Spain. The weather today has been pretty good and the temperatures have been pretty high. So that will also, of course, affect our players, both sides. At the moment, the ones on both sides are the goalkeepers of both ways. Dominic Grave is warming up there, and he'll be on again as a chosen goalkeeper for today. Jaguar RCD's choice, of course, as we were saying earlier, back into what was towards his home stadium. So let's get straight into it and let's give you the starting lineup for today. There were doubts on his mind, at least that's what he said in the pre-match coverage. So Real Mallorca are going to go for the same starting lineup that equalised and managed to draw against Real Madrid in round 1. That means that it's made up of Dominic Grace in goal, Mojica and Paulo Maffeo defending on the wings, Antonio Raillo and Martin Valiant defending at the back. In front of them, a line of 4 in midfield with Dani Rodriguez, Omar Mascaré, Samuel Costa and Sergi Darder. And up top striking today, Takuna Asano and Vedat Murici. Well, thank you very much. So here, that is our starting lineup for today. So there's 3 matches next week because we've got today, then Tuesday, then next Saturday as well. So it's a really compact bunch of matches. They've just played against Real Madrid as well, really physical match. Another one today, Salah, that is really, really heavily physical. However, he's gone for exactly the same starting lineup as against Madrid. Do you like it? Yeah, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it, I guess, right? I think what he's looking for is that, to give stability at the beginning. And I think for sure for Tuesday, he'll bring on some resources to support. Because even though it worked the other day, that's a lot of... So the other day was Real Madrid, today we've got Osasuna, Tuesday is against Seville. So yeah, there's a lot coming up. However, like Simeone says, match by match, let's focus on trying to get those 3 points in Salah today. I'm really confident that Mallorca will do it. That's just my feeling. In this starting lineup, Asano is on again, who is a top new signing. Him and Mojica are those players that people were really highlighting, right, after the last match, because everybody was excited to see their first steps. And I think they made us fall in love with them, especially Mojica, who did a great match both on an offensive and defensive level, even physically. He did not show signs of exhaustion at any point. Yeah, they both had a great match. Maybe Takuma's work didn't really see, but Mojica really did have a big job to do, and he did it very, very well. Mojica, I'm really impressed with everything he does, and I think he's delivering very much to the team. On the bench, there is a novelty today. Mark Dominic is on the bench today. And today we've got Jan Salas. So that means that the coach is definitely putting his money on the youth players. So do you reckon they could come on today and have some minutes? Yeah, that's really good news for all the youth football on the island. It's really encouraging to see the fruits of their labour. And I think we're just going to keep seeing how the match evolves. Let's see if they can debut today, which would be an absolutely fantastic news. And something again to highlight is the goalkeeper. We've got such good goalkeepers available. Arrasate was saying that it's not just because Grape has played Real Madrid and today, that does not mean that he's going to be the #1 goalkeeper of the season. However, at the moment, the money is on Dominic Grape. It seems as though he was fantastic last year in the Queen's Cup. And the other day against Real Madrid, he confirmed again that he is a fantastic goalkeeper. If anybody was still doubting that, which I think that he really is. And he definitely showed that in Rajkovic's absence, he is a real failsafe. Yeah, and he's gaining confidence as well. I think the good thing about Arrasate is that he's got a couple of really, really great goalkeepers there, which obviously is a nice problem to have, I guess. And I think at the moment, Grace has got the confidence boost he really needs. So now we're going once again to the Sadar Stadium, and Damian this time is going to tell us the starting lineup for Osasuna, somebody that we really know in Somos actually, somebody who is Vicente Moreno. So what is his starting lineup going to be today? It's a day full of reunions. Just as the referees are warming up here in the stadium now, we'll be expecting the Mallorca players very soon. As the stadium starts to fill up today. So what we're going to do now is to give you that starting lineup for Osasuna, who comes out with Sergio Herrera in goal. Just one or two changes with regards to the draw that was their first round against Leganés. Cadena and El Rando are those duo of defenders. Corro, Moncayola and Aymar Oroz are in the midfield today. Brian Zaragoza on the wing of the strikers. On the other side of him, Ruben Garcia, and then an old friend, Budimir, at the top striking today. That is a starting 11 that have just drawn in their first match of the season against Alaves, sorry, not Leganés. And it's definitely looking pretty strong. However, their second half was better than their first half. They really were reaching the other side of the pitch. There are a couple of absences. So, Sergio, what do you think of Vicente Moreno's starting 11? Well, it's the second half to you from the other day against Alaves. They really stressed Leganés out in that second half. You know, Brian Zaragoza being somebody that's coming from Bayern Munich. You know, if he's been signed for a reason. And I think it's definitely, you know, it's a team that wasn't really mated to take too much initiative or dominating, and Vicente Moreno really listened to that and changed things around. And that was even pretty surprising decisions for the second half. And Brian Zaragoza, I guess, just needed to adapt to the team rhythm. And I think he can be a very, very dangerous player, and that player will have to work really hard against him. Rafael had Vinicius the other day to keep an eye on. So he's definitely used to things like that. We're going to have to keep an eye on Budimir, Moncayola. I think it's a pretty strong, pretty good starting 11. And I think the highlight really is that Osasuna only has beaten Mallorca once out of the last 8 times at home against Mallorca. The last one was a draw in Osasuna. Mallorca is a team that has struggled to gain points away in the last couple of years. However, Osasuna has only won 1 out of the last 8 playing at home against Mallorca. So let's try and improve those stats even today. So now we know both starting lineups from Arrasate and Vicente Moreno. We said that this year in Play Red Live, we were going to launch a poll about the starting lineup. What do you think of today's Arrasate's lineup? Do you like it? Would you change things? Are you not a fan of it? That is the question that you can answer right now over YouTube. People, of course, are wise, and we love to see the opinion of the public. So that said, we're going to do a very, very quick ad break at 4:34. We're going to be back straight away. Don't go anywhere. So we are back already with that advert there for the new Mallorca shirt we were talking about at the beginning. So somebody who we also enjoy talking to, and we always already think that he is one of ours, is Jacoba Arrasate, and let's see what he said about his return to what once was his home stadium. We are here with Jacoba Arrasate. Good afternoon to you. It's a special match today for you, especially. What do you feel right now? Is it strange to go into the visiting away locker room? Yeah, it's really weird after 6 years here. I mean, it's special, it's weird, but just focused on the most important thing, which is to do a good match. So what kind of match are you expecting then? Because you said it was going to be a completely different context. Yeah, I guess that's what the case is going to be. I think we have to show exactly the same level as the other day when it comes to intensity as well, and something that can definitely do some damage to Osasuna. What do we have to really keep in mind about with the rival team? Yeah, I mean, they definitely stress you out. They definitely put pressure on you. They obviously dominate the field because they know how it works. So you've gone for the option of maintaining what you did against Real Madrid in the end. Yeah, I think obviously the coaches always focus a lot on the whole holistic match and the players that come on later. So with Damian saying that it was strange to be back in the stadium that you've always been a home team in, to come back as a visitor. But he looks enthusiastic, and as well, what he was saying, it's going to be a completely different match as than the one against Real Madrid. I think if both of them can keep up their ferociousness and that aggressiveness, then I think the match can lean our way. What do you think of the match today? Well, as Yawa was saying, I think it's going to be a totally different context. Mallorca are going to have to, leave the pressure behind that. There's maybe Madrid are not so intense as just different kind of defending on the wings. They're not going to have the same place and same room to move through. I think they're keeping in mind not just the starting 11, but also taking into account the different scenarios that can pop up. And also focusing on what we're going to be experiencing. So all of those things today are vital that we defend them as well as we can. So Osasuna is also the team that we have to be very watchful of, especially not losing any balls very close to the goal, because we need very, very fast players that can take the ball and steal it straight away. So we definitely have to keep an eye out for that. So just to know a little bit more about what is happening on the grass right now, which is obviously what we care about the most, we're going to ask Damian, sorry. So what's the atmosphere like? We're 33 degrees in Mallorca right now because the heat is back with a vengeance on the island. What about over there? Well, 29 degrees right now. That's what the thermometer is saying, and my phone is telling me as well. Like I said at the beginning of this program, it is definitely not as cool as we are used to it being. Dominic Grove now has already headed to the locker room to prepare himself for the match. Shots there, like Stacey there right now. Danny Rodriguez just getting geared up there to shoot as well. So that is what is going on right now with the Mallorca players as the start of the match edges ever closer. So, Damian, what do you think of the starting line that Jacoa is bringing on today? Yes, but we do have to keep in mind what he was saying as well, that matches are a bit more than 11 players. You know, you've got to also think about there's 5 changes that you can make. But this is a starting 11 that I'm pretty convinced by. I really like it. But also, my takeaway, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That as well is something I think that we would do well to remember. So we will keep an eye on you as well. And we're just about to talk to Alfonso Diaz very soon as well, who is talking to the TV channels right now. So hello, Alfonso. Thank you for talking to us this afternoon. So things went well against Real Madrid, but today we have to give 100% once again because this is a tough field. Yeah, I mean, every match is about resetting and starting from scratch. Against Real Madrid, we got a really valuable point, especially we gave a really good image of ourselves and a solid image of the team. Incredible atmosphere in the match as well. I think it's going to be our stadium is going to give us so many joyful moments. Talking of stadiums, this one always gives us really good moments because of our remaining in first division that happened here in 2022. I guess we keep reminding ourselves how important that was in 2022, right? Yeah, it's very important to remember where you've come from or what you've been through. I mean, their memories are incredible. I just remember being there in the stadium and our part of the stadium being completely full. It was a really beautiful day. You know, first division now, 4 seasons consecutively. I think, yeah, we've got to take our hats off for ourselves because just one another year again, everybody just supporting Mallorca team. Well, there we go, Alfonso Diaz, and we hope that you enjoy the match at hand today. Yes, I was here actually, so Sergio, and I really, really enjoyed the magical atmosphere. Everybody was really connected to the team that day. And the fans actually say we're definitely playing number 12 in the match last week. So we're going to go and see what Mojica, our new player, had to say in the press conferences he has given this week. At the end of the day, every time you debut in a club, been in many teams, and I wanted to give a good image of myself, in front of the technical staff. The club has put their trust in me, and the fans who are exceptional. I'm really happy with my performance in every way, defensively, building the game, and offensively too. I'm really happy. I think it's easy to adapt because it's very similar, this team, to what I am. The weather, the people are really friendly. It's a paradise, and I'm really happy here. The club is really well organized, and it's always moving upwards. At the end of the day, the most important thing is football. I know really well the technical team now. I've played with teammates that are in the club before, and the camaraderie for the group is really, really good. I'm happy. Osasuna is a team that has identified myself with what I am. I've really related to it on a personal level. I was very happy in Pamplona. I'm really grateful to the city, the fans, and it is a team that, like its slogan says, it never gives up. It's something that I have incorporated into me now. And to go back to Pamplona makes me very, very happy. I respect and admire the club, the city, the people, and now I'm up against them already in the second round. That's really special. I know exactly who I'm up against today as well, and who I'm defending against. I mean, in general, I know them all very well. They're really passionate, they have the right attitude on the playing field, and then their tactical and technical abilities in a footballing sense are fantastic too. I really respect them. They're excellent players, and now, as we say in Colombia, Papa and Yuka, just to face up to them. So Yuka's words there. Mahika, who today will also have a very important and special day for him too. We're going to go to a very quick ad break and then be back with you very soon to bring you all the information and kickoff, because we are just 10 minutes away from starting time. Don't go anywhere. So we are back there. So let's take a look at the results of the poll that we launched earlier. So 89% of the answers say that they agree with us and that they are in favour of Yawa Arrasate going for the same starting lineup. 12% there saying that they are not so convinced. So the last two visits to the Salar Stadium were very good for Mallorca. But we're going to take a look at the last one, which was the debut there as well for Sergi Derde. Let's take a look. See Javier Aguirre there still acting as Mallorca's coach. So Nacho Vidal is on the pitch there for Mallorca, and today he's going to be on the bench for Osasuna. How times change. So that was a pretty weak first half for Mallorca. We must admit that. So we've got a good Mallorca moment there in one half. In that match there. They needed that victory because they needed to be safe mathematically, even though Sociedad, their last season was a very complicated one for Sociedad. It was not his dream debut season, potentially. There's that moment there with Tony Lasso on the pitch. Not so lucky that time, though. Another go there from Nacho Vidal. As you know, we are going for the same lineup as last week, and players are now in the tunnel waiting to be able to come onto the pitch now. So now both teams make their way onto the grass in the stadium. A stadium absolutely packed with fans. So greetings there between the captains of both teams. Osasuna in red and Mallorca in their third kit in that sky blue color. Yeah, I really like that kit. I'm very impressed with it, and it's one of my favorite ones with the along with the red. And here we go. The second round of La Liga is underway. Lots of scarves here in the stadium with the face of Pablo Arrasate. We did say that he had left a fantastic impression in this stadium and with this club. Going through the starting lineups once again. A homage for the player David Garcia now in Salar Stadium. There we go, a minute of silence there in the stadium. Highly respected, of course. So Damian now in his place in the stadium. everybody ready and well placed for kickoff. Cordero Vega today, our referee, just going through that, making sure that everything is ready with his linesman. And there goes the whistle now, the start of the second round of La Liga. Mallorca put the pressure on straight away. Mallorca going for a central pass towards the box. It ends up going out, which means that that is a throw-in for Osasuna. Good defending from Mallorca in this first minute. So Herrera now having a touch on the ball. Touches backwards. Now the first moments of the match. It looked like Samuel Costa had hurt himself there, but then he seems to recover pretty quickly. Changes the direction of the game now. Asano Mojica getting in touch on the ball now too. The last person to get a touch on that ball was an Osasuna player. Dani Rodriguez racing to reach that ball there, passed by Mojica. That's going to be a throw-in. Mojica takes it. Martin Rally and Gray, young Dominic Gray there. But that is going to be the first corner in the end for Osasuna. Careful with the corner now, taken by Ruben Garcia. Raising his hand. And that's going to be a rehearsed move there inside the box. Hits the post. Goes from right to left. Mallorca ends up taking it out. Trying to close Mallorca off at the back of the field. And Mallorca, there is going to be a little bit more expected from them. Of course, lots of expectation riding on these first matches of the season. Everybody, of course, been waiting for the league to come back around. Yeah, I mean, it's not long summer holiday time for these players, you know. I think, Damian, you've definitely watched all the matches, so you've missed La Liga, but maybe not as because there's been hardly any stopping this summer. Yeah, I mean, this summer has been amazing for football and sport, right? Because we've been able to enjoy the Spanish selection so much. Being Euro Cup champions and also Olympic medalists. So I guess the wait this year hasn't seemed so long. Well, what a way to come back for Mallorca anyway. So Mallorca now 3/4 of the way down the field. Samuel Costa reaches that ball. He's changing the play now over to the other side of the left side. Pablo Maffeo now. Ball over to Mujica. And as Alejandro was saying at the beginning of the match, they definitely have to show different kind of skills than against Real Madrid, which is to attack from a point of view where the team is already organized and ready. So we're definitely putting the pressure on from that in that sense. Mallorca still on the attack now, in possession. Mojica does it, hits a post, a header there. That was Marichi's for the taking. Mojica recovers, passes it, and solves any kind of problem that could have arisen. And that rebound goes straight out. Eventually, it goes back into the goalkeeper's possession. Well, I think Marichi there was slightly grabbed in that point. And that's going to be a throw in for Osasuna. Bit of a more slowed down rhythm right now. Brian Zaragoza now trying the ball. Spain in possession inside the box. There's nobody there for the rebound. It was nearly an own goal then. pretty dangerous central passes there. That was Mojica who got a touch on the ball. And Osasuna are complaining about something right now. Yes, the Osasuna team are asking for a second corner. In the first 10 minutes of this match, they were already proving themselves to be definitely a very good team when it comes to bringing the ball to the box. And Raillo ends up keeping the ball now playing in defence. Marici now, but Osasuna recover the ball and steal it. Adesso and Revenga Garcia working together. Yes, we must be very, very careful with losing the ball in this way because Osasuna are very good on knowing where the ball is going to go. Really high pressure from Osasuna right now from inside the box, making things pretty difficult for Dominic Gray when wanting to start a long ball. Osasuna now in possession of the players. Who is going to keep hold of it? And it can only be one person, which is Vedat Marici. Yeah, misunderstanding there between Marici and Samuel Costa. Also in possession of Vicente Moreno's players. Samuel Costa recovers, but Ryan Zaragoza is definitely on the ball there. First 12 minutes gone. Sergio, how do you think the start has gone for Mallorca? Well, I think they need to be cleaner right now. They're definitely making things difficult for them. At the moment, they're struggling to find those passes between the lines to go in a more clearer way towards the attack. At the moment, who is carrying the match is Osasuna. However, it's a very long match ahead of us. Catena ends up keeping the ball there for Osasuna. The ball that just reaches Sergio Herrera. Lucas Torro recovers now for Osasuna. Well, I hope that from now on they would be able to keep move forward. There's that ball now between the lines. Shot there that ends up going nowhere. Still looking dangerous though. We've got Areso. And so many calls from Osasuna in these first 15 minutes. They are heavily aware of what they need to do. In any of those moments, whether it was a mistake from either side, that could definitely be the difference between scoring or not. Osasuna right now really going for those side passes. It's now Mallorca's turn. It's over to Asano. He's not going to reach it in time. He was there in case he could reach that ball. He's trying to do something smart with a quick action. We'll fail over to the centre of the pitch. It's Osasuna that's going to keep the ball in the end. Careful now because they shoot in front of the Mallorca goalkeeper and Dominic Grave comes out with an excellent hand there. Aymar was the person from Osasuna who dared to shoot and Dominic Grave is the one who ended up saving the ball. Yagoba Arrasate there recovering the ball. His team recovering the ball. So even though Arrasate still seems calm, he is standing there with his arms folded, and it does look like there is something he's not too convinced about. He's not too happy about something there with his arms folded back at his old stomping ground, of course. So we will see if Arrasate decides to change some things there for Mallorca. It's all about looking to apply more pressure now as a team, finding an exit path as well to break through and move down the pitch on. Rodriguez manages to break through that pressure, they'll be able to move straight up, and that's what Mallorca needs. But of course, it's very complicated to do that, especially when you're down in possession because the other team is putting the pressure on your side of the field. So that's going to be a corner now for Mallorca. Let's see how that goes. Vicente Moreno asking more of his players there. I thought that Asano's shot had been touched by a Mallorca player, but it was actually Asano. But Moncayola is in possession now. Long ball from him, trying to reach somebody up top, but nobody's there for it, so it's recovered by Real Mallorca. Big shot up top, looking for Bellamarici. Very, very good controls there. Mallorca still on the attack, 3/4 of the way up the field, shoots. And Sergio Herrera now is going to take that to a corner after an excellent shot from Sergio Herrera. Maurici as well, doing an excellent demonstration of the fact that he is very good at controlling space and time there. Really good work there from Sergio Herrera. Yes, and he was also very confident with a great shot. Rodriguez there talking to the assistant and the linesman. And the ball has now come down the field. And watching Sergio Herrera do that back on this big screen is pretty spectacular. Vicente Moreno now telling his team to slow the rhythm down. Brian Falza enabling play. Shot from Dominic Graves. Bellamarici now moving the ball over to Sergio Herrera halfway down the field. With that shot from Sergi. Sergio Herrera is really playful today. He's definitely enjoying himself. He's hitting it once again. And when it seemed like there were no further resources, he ended up shooting it. That was a touch from a sort of player, which takes it to a throw-in. Right, you're playing half the way down the pitch now. So Verde, who is all over the pitch right now, he is really doing really impressive things. Kika in possession halfway down the pitch. So Verde once again in the centre of the field. Kika goes straight to the centre and he's not there in time. So obviously, again, it's a local team that just drawn against in their first match of the season. And that's back to the start now for Dominic Green. And it's a draw on the scoreboard at the moment here in the Sadar Stadium. Over to Lucas Todro. Straight into the centre, which ends up going too far, and nobody is there to catch it. Pretty close to Dominic Graves' goal. Ruben Garcia was there trying to rebound that ball. Well, now inside the goal scoring area, inside the box, Pablo Arrasate's team are going to be able to go for a central pass. Talking to their teammates, that's going to be a throw in that Pablo Mateo is going to go for straight away. Alarm bell starts to ring. There's a rebound that he's not quite going to reach. That last one is going to be for Osasuna. And it's a 2-4-1 there in favour of Osasuna. Mallorca's defence. pressure from Dani Rodriguez, claiming a foul. Dani Rodriguez, of course, using the last resource that he could, which was to try and go for a foul. But it's back to the start for Dominic Grave in the end. So half an hour gone now in this second round of La Liga. So Daniel, what do you think so far? Well, I kind of feel the same as you two. Also keeping an eye on the defense actions of our midfielders. Valiant and Raillo, but Osasuna are on the attack now. Osasuna is now in play. And it's the person that wants to rebound now. I don't know if he was inside the box or not. Aymar now in Osasuna, still in possession. They're inside the goal scoring area. And there's more and more players all the time. And that's the ball from Aymar there. An excellent save we saw earlier from Graves, though. And Osasuna now still taking it up a gear in defence. So I'm not sure if it's an official water break, but the players are definitely taking advantage of this moment to hydrate. However, there's emotions of pain on his face are not looking very positive at all. The player from Ardan getting lifted to his feet there by his teammates. However, he still looks like he is in a lot of pain. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that, because Solidaridad, there's gestures that are of pain. From Aymar. Grace is that got a lot of work to do so far in this match, but he seems to be handling it very well. And it's true that one of those balls right now that change direction of play can catch us off guard, but we do need some more continuity. So we've got 10 minutes left of the first half right now, and I think it's absolutely vital to not concede any goals before we go into half time. I mean, if the goal could arrive for Mallorca, that would be fantastic. Referee that pretty close to the player, and ends up lifting his flag to say that that was a foul, and that's a really dangerous foul as well. We've got to be very watchful now of not only the free kick, but the second touches on the ball after that. And there was shouting from the bench to say to one of the players to lay it down, which Rodriguez does to avoid the ball going under the bars. The referee blows his whistle, and the ball ends up going out. The ball still in defence for Mallorca, in goalkeeper possession. But Dominic Grace already. We can't forget that Dominic Grace is taller than 1 meter 90, so should really struggle with a really low ball. But he is, as we know, a fantastic goalkeeper. is still underway, by the way. So we've got that 5 minutes of official time in this first half to go, plus whatever is added of extra time. And it's now a free kick for Mallorca, the team in blue today. Everybody's asking the other players to move up the pitch. Let's see what we can do in what is left of this half. It's a long ball now. To me, to you. High ball there. An Osasuna player goes down to the ground, and it looks like both Omar and Mascare and Budimir have both hurt themselves in that action. Yes, and the referee has stopped play pretty quickly because of that head collision. However, luckily neither Budimir nor Mascare seem to be damaged by it. They're back on their feet now already. So could that mean an additional change for the team? There would actually be another change granted to each team. Both teams would then have 6 changes to potentially make throughout the match. Is a throw in there for Osasuna once again. The guys from above that end up coming out to help that ball, and it's another throw in. I think the most important thing now is to make sure we got it to half time 0-0, and to come back out of the locker room renewed with the energy levels back up. I think Vicente Moreno came out with everything he had to attack Mallorca right from the start, and now they do not really have that many offense and striker strength to go. course, at the moment in this stadium, if we had to give the first half to one of the teams, it would go to Osasuna. Let's hope if the second half can be attributed to Mallorca. And the script is looking a lot like what we just saw in the last match here played here in El Sadar Stadium, where the Osasuna were superior to Mallorca in the first half of the match. Mallorca have got a free kick now. We know what can happen on free kicks. There's a rebound there after a short pass. And Asana there almost went in with a header there. Trying to surprise the people up top. That rebound with a header there. Well, that was surprising from Mallorca because everybody has their interest focused on Rayo and Maurici, and in the end it fell to Mojica, and then really on his own took it away with barely anything to do there. So that will be our takeaway then, that header there, header rebound from us. Masano's rebound there, really heavily supported and applauded by his teammates. But we were on 45+1, and there were 3 minutes of extra time added. Ball inside the box now. A shot from Osasuna that ends up in nothing, thankfully. Right, Lucas Torró now opening up to the right-hand side. And there we go, as the referee whistles the end of the first half. There are heavily focused faces there as they exit the pitch. You can see there Mojica receiving congratulations from a lot of the technical team from Osasuna there. And yeah, it's faces of concentration and seriousness, really. Now it's all about gaining strength for the second half. So Osasuna definitely were the most dangerous team in this first half. But Mallorca also had their chances. So what would you change from this first half? Well, I think Mallorca definitely held off those advances from Osasuna. Maybe it's about not only trying and searching those changes in direction. And let's hope that obviously in the second half, Osasuna cannot come out with a whole new blown strategy to battle against Mallorca. So it is time to freshen up and time to take a breather. And Paola, as I said, it will definitely be adjusting certain things with the team for the second half so that Mallorca can get that goal on a 3 points. We're going to also take a breather and be back very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. So we are back in the Salar Stadium, ready for this kickoff of the second half. And let's see if we can get a completely different second half to what we saw. Yeah, we need a little bit of continuity here now. We need the ball to last a little bit longer, find those central shots. That they will definitely bring many goals to Mallorca this season. To see Sergi Darder doing so well. We can see that Brian Zaragoza on the left wing is an absolute dagger for the team. Hopefully they can edge ever closer to Osasuna's box. And I hope we're in for an exciting second half. So, Sergio, are you expecting any changes on either side, or do you think they're both going to maintain the players that they came on with? Well, without having the information, I don't think they're going to make any changes. I think they're going to start making changes after like the 65th minute. And that's when I think they are going to start changing. No, we're not expecting any changes, and I can't see any players either side that are warming up particularly intensely. So now the referee has whistled the start of the second half here in the Salar. So the first ball goes to Brian Zaragoza. Moncayola in control of the ball. Mallorca recover. And that is going to be a throw-in for Osasuna. Today is, of course, a different kind of match. Obviously, the fans today are against Mallorca being in Osasuna's home stadium and being a Champions League team. However, full trust and full confidence in the team. So we've got several players now from Mallorca warming up, and just joining them there is Kyle Larin. Careful with the ball there. Mallorca turned that into a corner, but that was going to be a difficult one there. Samuel Costa there applauding his players, his teammates. We have to be careful there with the corner from the right-hand side. Careful. Shoot, and out it goes. Moncayola gets a touch on the ball there in front of the goal-scoring area. Moncayola was ready in front of the box. I think Kyle Larin perhaps could be a good change right now. Another shot from Osasuna there, which goes out, thankfully. And we'll attribute that to Brian Zaragoza. The ball way high over the stadium right now, and it's Mallorca that keep control of the ball there. We've got Danny Rodriguez on the ground complaining of a hand to the face. Tackling Danny Rodriguez there, the Osasuna player. Looking for him there between the lines. I think when there's these moments where there's no play going on, Mallorca can really take advantage of them to take a breather. Because now Osasuna will be forced to feel like they have to play the long balls. So Sergio goes for the long ball there. Osasuna accumulating players at the top of the field. And it's Villamarici who combs it, but can't quite make it into a good pass. Asano trying to dominate the ball too, but it ends up going out. And the last player to get a touch on the ball was the Japanese player for Mallorca. So that is back in possession for Osasuna. Three-quarters of the way down the field now for Marici. Pablo Maffeo now inside the goal-scoring area, straight into Sergio Herrera's hands. Asano leaves this for Danny Rodriguez. Osasuna clear it and send it very far away. Whistling there, the foul from Omar Mascare. The ball's in Budimir's possession. They're shaking up the game. Over to Pablo Maffeo. Sergio Herrera. The ball not quite finding its way to go and straight into Herrera's hands. So, as Damian says, behind him there in the stadium are the Mallorca fans, who are not, of course, a huge number, but they are definitely there. And sometimes you can hear those chants of Mallorca, Mallorca, and they really are very encouraging. Osasuna with the ball inside the box, still in possession there. There's a rebound for Osasuna once again, and there goes the goal. So many rebounds. And eventually it fell to Ruben Garcia, and he ended up scoring. It ended up finding its way through, and it was Ruben Garcia who managed to do so. So Osasuna 1, Mallorca 0 now. There was not much that Grave could have done at that point, and it just went straight under his legs, unfortunately. So how was that goal received in Mallorca's bench, Damian? Well, disappointed faces in the stadium, unfortunately. The whole of Osasuna's bench have leapt up, though, to celebrate that Ruben Garcia goal. So it's a bit of a disappointing one for Mallorca, of course. However, that goal from Rodrigo was also the same feeling last week. However, we know that it's going to be a long match. Maybe if Manuel Morlanes was brought on, it would probably be because of Omar Mascaré, but Ruben Garcia is in possession again. A foul to the right-hand side. Watching any second moves. Moncayola over to Osasuna. And Mallorca there, clearing any doubts. It falls to Errando. Halfway down the field, opens up to the left-hand side. Osasuna prepares a central shot. And Budimir did not reach that ball correctly. And Osasuna is in possession once again. Shoot! And another good save there from Dominic Grave, who is the last person to get a touch on that ball. Manu Morlanes and Kyle Larin getting ready to come on. And it's now Mallorca inside the goal scoring area, passing backwards, touch from the defense. It's Asano. And I think that those changes are ready now. Now they're going to wait for just a second. Sorry about that. We've been having some technical issues. So we are talking currently about our men of the match. We've got Dominic Grave for Damian. Llorens would choose Sergi Darder as man of the match. And Sergio agrees. He would have gone for those two players as well. So he would potentially say Raillo, because he is making all those balls going into Mallorca's box to and the last one that we could choose among all of us, maybe we could put Samuel Costa up there. Yeah, they haven't missed any passes. And I think they're doing a really good job in the match. So there we go, men of the match in our opinion here: Dominic Grave, Manu Morlanes, Sergi Darder and Antonio Raillo. And if the fans at home think that somebody else deserves a spot in the top players of the match, then definitely vote on the poll that we have just put on our YouTube channel. So it's now minute 84 there. The ball ends up going out. And it looks like one of the Mallorca players has hurt themselves. We're now in minute 84 of the match. Practically no time now till the final whistle. Let's see if Mallorca could just whack one in the back of the net and manage to equalise. So Abdon Prats is now getting ready on the sidelines. So obviously we know Abdon Prats as one of those players who's always there to break those statistics. Just when you're about to hit send on your chronicle of a match, he's always there to shake things up, and let's hope that today is no exception. So Brian Zaragoza there, and who shoots inside the goal scoring area, straight into Dominic Grave's hands. Let's see Mallorca now trying to move away with many players at the top. Antonio Raillo past the halfway line. Mojica, who's not quite there. That was a bit of a misunderstanding. The ball falls backwards. Osasuna there, shaving time, because they know that everything is in their favour right now. We've got to keep trusting. There's still some time to go. Martin Valiant trying to regain control of the ball there. Catena is on the ground. Seems like he has hurt himself there, colliding with Kyle Larin, and that is in fact a yellow card for Kyle Larin. So a couple of yellow cards in this match, not too many. One of those has been for Kyle Larin. Obviously now Osasuna trying to speed up the rhythm and just let time fly by. They know that benefits them, of course. Mallorca now need to play moving backwards. Dominic Grave playing from the back. Mojica over to Samuel Costa. Now long ball over to Kyle Larin. Over to the left-hand side, Samuel Costa's there. Ends up taking away a foul that the referee had not seen. And the ball ends up in Sergio Herrera's hands. Minute 89. Keeping an eye on Damian. That rebound there from Martin Valiant that does not go really to plan. And it's a throw in for Osasuna now. They end up losing the ball. And it's a quick start again for Mallorca, of course. Mojica a bit too long there. There's no way for him to reach that ball again. Mojica and the delegates there. And that really was a ball, strong ball on one of those official linesmen. 6 minutes of extra time has been given here in the Salar. Samuel Costa on the ground now. Pressure. Osasuna trying to move away halfway down the pitch. Good recovery. And now the referee does whistle the foul. We're not managing to keep the ball in play. Let's see if we can manage it in another way. But that was a bit of a wasted opportunity there. Osasuna sends it really far away from Sergio Herrera's goal. A really, really narrow central pass from him now. It seemed like that last touch had been from an Osasuna player. It didn't look like a corner from where we're standing. However, look, watching it back, that does look like it could be a corner. So we're now in minute 93. Just 3 more minutes to go for Mallorca to try and equalise. And it's going to be Martin Valiant back to Dominic Grave. Mojica asks for the ball. Dominic Graves far away. Hits it inside the box. We can see Raello in a conversation with the linesman. So no risk on that. Trying to scrape a couple of minutes. But Osasuna do already seem like they're savouring a potential victory. Samuel Costa tried to get it there, but he ended up on the ground. Long ball from Dominic Grave. All the Mallorca players move up. It's just Mojica staying back. Larin controls the ball. And all of this now is about trying to get some central passes. Dominic Grave now sending the ball as far as he can. Sergio Herrera is going to allow it to go past him. And Abdon Prats is saying to Cordero Vega, take a look at how much time is being wasted right now. He took almost 20 seconds there to take that ball. Finally, he's done it. Larin is there, passes over to Pablo Maffeo, hits the post. Marishi's there, but in the end, Sergio Herrera is quicker. And now it does definitely seem we are now in minute 96. There's not going to be any more extra time given. So there you go. That is the final whistle. Osasuna win 1-0. There's no time for any more. Vicente Moreno celebrates. So Osasuna were better in the first half. That will give them that. However, that is a big shame because there was a 3 points there that have slipped out of our grasp. I think obviously Osasuna did do a good job by creating a lot more opportunities than Mallorca potentially did. Mallorca today just didn't find the way of doing that damage against Osasuna. And as Tokyo says, the league has just begun in all reality. And we're going to have many, many days of joy ahead of us. So just to analyze the first half a little. They really tried to go for that area where Brian Zaragoza was, right? That was kind of the reference player at the top. Adesso from the right wing is actually definitely done a lot of damage as well. We'll definitely be talking to our captain Antonio Raya very soon with Damian. As soon as Damian lets us know, we'll be talking to them then. We've seen lots of second passes that Mallorca need to change, but how can they do that? We obviously need the implication from everybody in the team in the defense moment. I think Mallorca defended as well as they could. But when a team is playing with that kind of style, that's what can happen. That the goal arrives in one of those actions. It's true that Mallorca did not have the clearest opportunities. Today, the tables did turn towards Osasuna's side. And now I think we do have some protagonists from today's match with Damian. Yes, hello, Antonio Rayo. Good afternoon. What's your reading of the match today? Well, I think we'd have to watch it back and analyze it. But I think we tried to do as much as we could today. I mean, the differences in First Division, it's like there's really small details of what make the difference. Yeah, maybe we needed that a bit more strength in the other team's box, right? Yeah, maybe the last movement is something we need to improve. It just, we were able to really create that moment. Hopefully, we don't forget about this defeat very soon. Exactly. Yeah. Of course, we're going to have to get through it. The team gave their all today, and it's those really small details that make all the difference. Well, thank you very much. So we had Antonio Raillo there and his opinion on the match. He said that they did try at all times, which I mean, Osasuna did have those really, really clear opportunities, but they weren't able to create too much damage. I think in the last moment, the changes definitely helped Mallorca. Do you think they were still tired from a Madrid match? No, I think they've been working hard all week. Maybe not all the players were able to play a top-notch 90-minute match, but from an attitude and physicality point of view, they were adequate. They needed that freshness in the last minutes. So I do think that it was a combination of merit from the rival, and Mallorca tried to hold them off. But I think that it just doesn't take away from the fact that Osasuna had a very good match. So according to the fans in the poll we shot out earlier, the best player today was Dominic Grave with 52% of the votes. The second today, Sergio Verde. The third one was Antonio Raillo with a 17%. And the fourth one, Morlanes on 10%. So that was basically what we had said before as well. And as we were saying, the match was definitely decided on very small details because that goal came from a lot of rebounds and also a stroke of luck. I think we can take a really positive reading out of this, which is that defensively, Mallorca were very good. So that for me is one of the takeaways from the match today. think Sergio is very well protected and very well accompanied in the midfield. And that's when he becomes one of the best players in the category. There were moments where Osasuna was definitely putting the pressure on Dominic Grave. So what do you think they should have done to move away from the pressure from Osasuna? But it's complicated because they're definitely a very versatile team. I think it's about a combination of players, you know, Mascaré, Costa, or other ones that can do those kind of movements as well. We've just got Pablo Maffeo to talk to right now. So what is your opinion on the defeat today? Well, I think that the first half was basically theirs in several moments. Unfortunately, this interview with Pablo Maffeo is very quiet right now, and with the surround sound, it is very difficult to understand what he is saying exactly. After the improvement from the sound, so we need to just keep improving as a group and individually. So from what you're saying, it was like it's all about being more decisive on the other side of the pitch, right? Yeah, it was a different match to what we had last week, of course. We've got another one on Tuesday, so yeah, that's another one there, and we're going to go out all out. Yeah, I mean, it's all about now changing attack and going on a different kind of vibe and looking at the mistakes and then correcting them. Talk about what we didn't do very well, and yeah, gear up for Tuesday. So the words there from Pablo Maffeo. So pretty serious faces, right, after this defeat. That definitely was not on their bingo card for this year. So we're waiting for some more people to talk to, correct? Yes, we're going to be talking to Yago Arrasate very soon, and we're going to be talking to another player as well. And we're just going to talk to Yago Arrasate right now. Hello, Yago, good evening to you. What is your reading of the match today? Well, a negative reading, of course. I mean, when you lose, like, it can't be at the end of the way. We were pretty uncomfortable at many points today in the match. It just wasn't meant to be, I think. I mean, but we can't dwell on it for too long because we've got another match on Tuesday. I think we need some more deep depth. I think there was space for us to look for that depth and for that and width. I think the best thing is that then you've got another match on Tuesday, right? There's not much time to rest on laurels. Yeah, I think when you have a feet. You just need to get back on your feet and start training again. Thank you very much, and best of luck. So we just have to be with Sociedad right now. Good evening to you. What's your reading of the match today? Well, everything we thought that would go on did, except the result, of course. We knew that it's the kind of field where it feels like a lot of things are happening and not that many things are actually happening. I think if we had scored the goal, then they would have definitely got more nervous, more stressed, and it would have been a different kind of match that we would have been playing. Of course, we also have other things to perform and improve as well. But we've got to stick with the things that we did very well. They are able to score against you with barely any time. We had a lot of opportunities as well, but definitely to score. We knew that it was going to be a really tough match, but we were really excited about it anyway. But hopefully we will get what we deserve on Tuesday. So that is it from us here in the stadium. I think everybody is slightly disheartened that has come by to speak to us. However, we do have another match on Tuesday, so that is good news, of course. And it's just around the corner, so tomorrow the team, of course, will be back at it. And they have to just change track now and learn from the mistakes made. That is it from us in the stadium in Salah here today. And we'll be hearing from Yaguarra in his press conference very soon. Well, thank you very much to you, Damian, and I'll see you on Tuesday because hopefully with a victory. See you then. So looking at the stats there, 45% possession for Osasuna, 55 for Mallorca. 5 corners for Osasuna versus 4 for Mallorca. I think we've got Arrasade's press conference. We're just going to go and hear for that. Yeah, I guess it's time to take any tags that are on me away now. We thought we had plenty of chances with that 0-0 going into half time. We had more presence in the box, but we've got to improve at the end of the day. We didn't do a good match today. And the only lucky thing is that we've got another chance on Monday. We've got to think quickly and think about Seville's match. So much planning, but what was missing today for Mallorca to do the performance he wanted? Probably depth, and I guess give Murishi some more chances. I could see those gaps, but I don't think we interpreted them well. And it's all about adapting to what has been said after and what is done in every match. So what does it mean to you today to come back to Salar de Pamplona? What's your reading of it? Well, very special, of course. I'm really affectionate towards them. They've been very lovely to me as well. Special situation. I'm very aware of what I experienced these last 6 years. So Seville's coming up in 3 days. How are you feeling about that? I think I'm only focusing from a football sense. And they must have played better than us, and that's why they beat us, right? Of course, then there's a lot of personal things going in there, but I'll try and focus on what we didn't do well today, and also try and always keep in mind the personal aspect too. Was today a surprise, or did you expect it? No, I think that they interpreted the gaps and spaces very well. They defended well, and I think Osasuna's defense today was fantastic. Yeah, I think they are more interested in another kind of match, and we went another way today. So what would you like to learn from this match? Well, I think sometimes there are very generalized analysis from the first round of the La Liga, you know. I was saying that we're going to have a lot of matches like this, so I think we should learn quickly, really. So it's very uncomfortable for any coach after losing, of course. But the market closed in 6 days. How are you feeling about that? Well, yeah, there's 6 days left of the market, but we have a match on Tuesday. And I think that's what we're focused on. And before Friday, there could be more novelties. But right now, I don't think that's my focus. So I wanted to talk to you about Sociedad. He was the last change. Maybe he's scaling slightly quicker than he did last season. Yeah, he started in an inside position. He was nearly able to score. And then he was on either side of the pitch at one point. We wanted to have about three strikers today because we thought we were going to need that amount of strikers. This question is in the Basque language. So before, more than a coach, you're a person is something you always say. So how does it feel to direct it, to coach a rival team here? Wow, to hear all the chants and the songs and everything, it's really tough. You know, they're not cheering for you anymore. They're cheering for the other side, of course. But obviously, from a personal side, I'm so happy because I know all the love here is so true and so fond. But of course, I'm not very happy from a professional sense. And there we go. That is the end of the press conference for today. So the press conference there for Yago Arrasate. So basically, same thing as we have been saying with the other players that we've been talking to. Of course, football is not stopping for anybody. We have another match on Tuesday. We're playing against Seville here in Solmos Stadium. We're trying to get those 3 points, right? I mean, it's the beginning of the season, round 2 of La Liga. And I think, same as what as Sergio said, the team is ever growing. They're going to have to be some rotations going around because there's barely any rest time. So here it has been a pleasure to have you here with us today. It's a shame about the results. But I think Mallorca, as Sergio says, is growing and is scaling. And Tuesday they have another chance to show everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's a long-term project, of course, and there are a lot of very good initiatives. I'm sure there will be changes. The team will be freshened up. So thank you very much for the opportunity to come here and commentate on the match. But hopefully next time it will be with a Mallorca victory. Well, thank you very much to all the Mallorca fans that have been listening today. Tuesday, we'll be back here at Play Red Live with all the coverage of the match against Seville. So, as we said, football is not stopping for anybody. Today, we lost 1-0 against Osasuna, but we will come back on Tuesday. See you then.